I'm back again, and I have one more video to show you today about where is all Earth's water. I know that we have a lot of it on here. You've told me that 3/4 of our Earth, or 75% of our Earth, is covered in water, so where is it? Let's look at kind of how it's broken down. So I have this bucket right here, and I colored the water blue so you can see it a little bit better. But this is the total water supply on Earth. There's 1,000 milliliters of water. So if all the water was condensed down to 1,000 milliliters, here's how it would get divvied up. So there's my total water supply. This much, 972 milliliters, is all taken up in oceans and saltwater lakes. 972, which leaves, see that down there? Just 28 milliliters for all the fresh water that we can use on Earth. There's our fresh water. That's it. Out of all of that, we have that. So this fresh water is stored in many different places. We had groundwater, lakes, rivers people were mentioning. Somebody had said ponds. But there were a couple of different places that water is that kids in class didn't say. One of those places is in our ice caps and glaciers. That's 23 milliliters. Here's 28. 23 of it is in ice caps and glaciers. Not really easily accessible for us. And I know that somebody had mentioned, well, the ice caps are melting, which means we're going to get more water. Except that water that's melting is going into the ocean, which makes it saltwater. Yep. So that leaves, that's 5 milliliters of water. Oh no. Yep, that is 5 milliliters of water for our lakes, springs, rivers, ponds, and these other two places that kids didn't mention. Water goes underground, and we have water vapor in our atmosphere. So out of all that we have left, how's that divvied up? Well, let me show you. I have how it's going to get broken up right here. I have a groundwater container. I have springs, lakes, rivers. This is all ponds and everything like that, all that surface water. And I have water in our atmosphere, because we do have water in our atmosphere. So I'll show you with my pipette. From here, we have in our springs, lakes and rivers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's right. 10 drops of water. You could barely see it down here. Barely see it. And in our atmosphere, we have even less. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it in our atmosphere. Just that little itty bitty bit. Can you even see it? 4 drops. Which means all the rest of this is groundwater. It goes through the ground. It goes through layers of dirt, silt, sand, moss, peat moss, and gets filtered and stored underground in aquifers. And sometimes we're not always good to what we do to the ground, to our geosphere. So, on a side note, think about how our hydrosphere and our geosphere sometimes interact. That much is groundwater. That's the surface water that you can see. Here's our oceans and other saltwater lakes. here is all water on Earth. So where did our water go? Where is all of our water? Right there. I have a chart that I'll hang up in the classroom. I'll try to make this a little bit bigger, and I do have a PowerPoint picture on our class website, so if you want to go back and double check and just look at that visual, you can do that. Also, your assignment was to complete a graph on page 19, so you should make sure that your percentages, you estimate good benchmarks, you make sure and pay attention to 2.8% and not 28. It's 2 8/10. It's not 28. It's not almost 30. It's almost 3%. There's a big difference. So make sure that your graphs and your understanding reflect that. And I'll see you in class.